I want to start this video by saying my nose is really red. It's actually really cold. I've just turned the heating up, but I'm really chilly. But this video is going to be about my bike setup and what I'm taking for an overnight 300k ride. So this starts to, when you actually see this, it'll be tonight. So it's Friday night at 10 o'clock, but I'm filming this the day before. So the setup, I want to separate it up into like the lighting, which is going to be a main part of it, because it's going to be like riding through like 9 hours of darkness. I did think, I was working it out, I was like, I wonder how long. Yeah, so it's like 9 hours. And I was like, do I really want to ride in the dark for 9 hours? But it's going to be an adventure, it's going to be fun. So yes, so the first thing that I do is switch out the wheel. So I've got a Dynamo hub in another wheel, so I switch that out. It's an SP Dynamo, and that works basically when it's moving. I'm sure you know what a Dynamo is. If you don't, basically when the wheel is moving, it generates power to like whatever you want. So I've got it connected to my light, and I've also got a USB charger, so you can only do it at one at a time, so you can't charge something like your phone or Garmin or whatever and a light. So I'm using it primarily to charge the light, which is the Exposure Revo. It is a phenomenal light. So it's got 4 LEDs, it's like 800 lumens, and I love it. It's just, it totally changed. I never really used to like riding, especially like all night through the night, until I got that light, because it's so good at lighting up the road. So yeah, that's the main light that I'll be using. I've also got a little backup of also Exposure. It's called Boost. I'll leave a link to it below, but I might do a separate video on that because they are really clever. And so that's my backup. Rear lights, it's power, the Dynamo, sorry, it's gonna also power a little light called the Red Eye, and that's also Exposure, and that is, I think it's 25 lumens, and that is just really good. I think you can see it for a kilometer, and it's like 25 grams. It's really small. Also the Revo is light, so I think it's 110 grams. Any night riding that any of you do, always take like at least one backup light, because you just don't know. I've got the Blaze, which is also Exposure. I'm very grateful to be sponsored by Exposure. They are just hands down the best lights that you can get. Yeah, so the Blaze, that's got I think that actually lasts from 6 to 48 hours. Phenomenal light as well. So yeah, 2 backlights. So that is a light, although I should just add, I think this is the light setup that I'm going to use. On any overnight ride, I always want to use the Dynamo, because I just feel like you don't have to worry about like batteries running out or anything like that. And I just kind of like, I just like using it. However, I've come to put it on today and it sounds a little bit gritty. So the hub, I think because the last time I used it was all points north and it was horrific weather, and basically used it, got back and just left it. I don't really use it that often. And so the other option that I might use, I'm gonna take it down tomorrow. My friend Darren's gonna have a look at it as well. I've rang the bike shop and they're like, it probably needs like servicing, but it needs to be sent away for that. And I'm like, there's no play in it. So I think it'll be fine, but it's just in my head. I just don't want something to not work during the ride. But the other option is another Exposure light, which is the Strada SB. I've not actually used this one. I've used the Strada before, so I'll leave a link to this one. But this is also phenomenal. I think this is 1600 lumens, but there's lots of different programs on it. And then it also shows you there, like how long is left. So if it's on high, it's on 2 hours. Medium, 5:48. And on low, 11:31. But there's lots of different programs. That's just the highest, the strongest mode. So I might end up using that. The next thing is clothing, because we all know it gets colder at night, and I think that's one of the main reasons why I've not done this Audax before. My friend Darren has been on at me for years and years to do this Audax. I'm always like, no, it's down south, it's flat, it's cold, like why would I want to do that? But this year, it seems to have changed slightly. It's a lot warmer, so it's actually going to be like quite tropical. I mean, I say tropical loosely, but it's not going to be like freezing cold. So the only extra thing that I'm going to take is, you know what this is? It's my Patagonia Micro Puff jacket. I love this because it's just so snuggly. But I don't know whether I'm going to need it, because I think it's meant to be like 11 degrees, even like at the coldest point in the night. But fingers crossed, because I don't want to tempt fate, but it should be okay. So there's that, and then I'm taking winter gloves, and then also I'll be wearing mitts. I probably will take my Rapha shake dry jacket just in case it rains. It's not forecast to, but you never know. And then the other things I'll just take like a little bit of food because it's through the night. There'll be like service stations and stuff open, but I'll just take a little bit just in case. So I'm gonna make some homemade bars tomorrow, take those with me, and then probably just like a packet of sweets or something, and obviously some dates. And then that's pretty much it. But the other little things I want to add on, these are kind of like extras. That's the bag on the back, that's the Apogora, I think it's called the Race Pack, and it's the smaller of the two, so it's the 5 litre one. And in that I'll take my Patagonia jacket and some food, and then I've got my toolkit. So I've actually done a video of everything that I take in my toolkit, so I'll leave that link below. And then the other things that I take on like long rides, this is specifically night riding, is this. Basically it's a high-vis harness, and it's made by the brand Monkey See. It's really light and comfortable. The only thing is it's a bit of a faff to get on and off when you need the toilet, but I mean, that's the only downside. And then the other things that I always take, this is pretty much on every ride now, but specifically I make sure I take it on long Audaxes, is my quad lock. So quad lock is a way of attaching your phone to your bike. And so you get a case for the back, I'll show you. That's my case. And I love having it on there because I just love being able to listen to like music or podcasts. So even though I'm doing it with one of my friends, there'll be times, especially because it's in the night, where we'll probably just have like a little minute to ourselves. So yeah, just nice to be able to like have music on. Like some rides that we've done, I've just like had music like playing like out of the speaker for us both. So it's just like a good for like extra motivation if you're feeling a little bit tired or just a bit like, I don't know, like it's a long ride, because it is a long ride. I'll leave a link to that because Quadlock are now also a sponsor, so I'm very, very grateful for that. But yeah, I'll leave a link below if you want to go and have a look at those. I've got them on all my bikes. My other one that I've got on that, my bike here on the Turbo, because I use it for Zwift. But yeah, I'll leave a link to that below. The only extra thing that I might take is a power bank, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. So yeah, that is pretty much everything I take for a night ride. I am so excited to do it because I just love night riding. So yeah, I will leave actually a link to mine and Darren's last night ride that we did. It didn't go very well at all. So I'll leave that below. And yeah, I will see you next video, which will be the actual night ride. So yeah, have a good weekend and I will see you on Monday. See you later. To go down all that way again and not finish it again.
Well, no, I just said you to obey that and then I carry on.
You are such a dickhead.